people would take a chance on a woman in her 60s. I think I can work until I'm 100. As you get older, I boast about my age.
Age is not the limit at all. The way we work so hard is inspiring our kids.
Well, definitely my children are doing okay.
Yeah, not just okay. What do you like most about yourself now compared to when you were younger?
I can say no.
今天欧嘎姐姐的天才女友非常荣幸的邀请到梅耶马斯克。她是中国文化的爱好者，走过中国14个城市，将中国的魅力跟活力传递给全世界。也是15岁出道，60岁凭一头银发登上事业巅峰的白发超模。她更是把3个孩子养成独立个体的硬核妈妈。从营养学博士到时尚偶像，她的人生始终遵循的一个原则，就是年龄不是界限，是我自由的开始。今天我们就来聊聊如何用行动书写人生由我。First of all, big congratulations to your book, A Woman Makes a Plan, selling over 1 million copies in China.
Thank you to the people in China who are buying it, buying my book.
Selling over 1 million copies is really a phenomenal. So you must be busy on traveling around the world, promoting your books or attending events like this. And how do you maintain your energy? And you are always in such a great shape. How did you do that? Any secret?
Well, I'm a dietitian, so I eat well most of the time. Last night I did have a lychee martini, but it was really good. But I skipped the dessert. And I have to focus on eating well because otherwise I gain weight. I'm not a naturally slim person. And then I walk my dog and then I do light weights and stretches. I don't overdo things, but I've always had a lot of energy.
And you started modeling at the age of only 15, but the age of when you were 60 and you become more famous. Did you ever think about that you will be doing this modeling job for such a long time?
I never thought about it at all. It was always part-time. I was a dietitian. I was seeing patients every day. And then when I was booked for a modeling job, it was usually, it was fashion when you're a teenager. But then after that, you're mother of the bride. From the age of 28, I was mother of the bride because I was so old. No models were so old. And then at 40, I was a grandmother, did grandmother ads. And I was fine with that. I don't care. It was just fun to be in the business. But then when I started going onto social media, I was discovered and people would take a chance on a woman in her 60s. And now I'm 77 and I'm soaring. But I'm very busy on social media.
Yeah, I follow your Instagram.
Yes.
And I just saw the post you did when you were in China.
Yes.
You are wearing the red jacket and looking outside of the taxi.
Right, yes.
Oh, and you upload so frequently.
Yes.
So you are very active.
Very active. And that's where I get my work, yes. And then, of course, I've got great agents, CAA in China. They look after me very well.
I just want to share with you because I'm a social media KOL. And I want to say that I really admire your post on Instagram. It shows the vibe.
Yes.
Well, you did it in such a great manner.
Yes. Well, I only post everything that's happy. Sometimes things are not going well, but I post only happy things because when I have a problem, it's not as bad as other people's problems. So I always say I'm quite fortunate that way.
We always post positive things
Yes.
on social media. So we all see the incredible success of you and your children. However, we also know that you went through a very difficult marriage. How did you get through those difficult days?
It was really hard, and you don't know, you can't get out of it. There's just no way. You're in this dark tunnel and you can't get out of the tunnel because there was no way. And then they changed the law that the woman could divorce a man for irretrievable breakdown of marriage. Before that, they had four other reasons you can get divorced, but they didn't suit what I was going through. And so then I just had enough and I ran away with the 3 children. And then I got divorced.
And when you're taking up as a single mom and you have to take on multiple jobs, how did you do that?
Well, taking on multiple jobs was much nicer than being abused every day.
Sure.
So I always felt like, okay, we cannot go to the movies, we cannot go out for dinner, and I have to make bean stew because I cannot afford meat. It is still better than being miserable.
So it's a very bold choice and you did it so well.
Yes.
You never regret.
No.
You are 77 and I'm 60.
Oh, yeah, you look good.
Yeah, in most places we are considered as retirement ages. But here we are, still working and making impacts.
I think that's wonderful for all the young women and men, of course, there's a man here, to know that age is not slowing us down. And we can just keep on. We might have to make some changes, but we need to keep on going.
So age is not the limit at all.
It's not. You should just be relevant and let people know how good you are.
So what does work mean to you now compared to when you were younger?
Well, work is easy now because if I'm posting all the time and I'm booking jobs for speaking or for modeling or for TV commercials, then it's just so much better now. Whereas before I had people representing me that were not very good. But fortunately in China, I have great agents.
Do you ever plan to retire?
No, my mother retired at 96. So she set a good example.
96?
Yeah.
Wow.
She was an artist and she would exhibit her artwork every week. She'd moved back to Canada. I was born there. She was born there. We moved back to Canada and she would exhibit at the local library. Wow. And she just wouldn't stop drawing and doing beautiful artwork. And then at 96, she was in a wheelchair because she couldn't walk well. And so she couldn't get to the art gallery. And she doesn't want to be reliant on other people. So then she just read voraciously. She just read everything she can find. And then she would also follow where her children and grandchildren were and then explore and educate herself on the locations they were, on the cities and the countries. She never stopped reading. And then she fell at 98. And that's pretty much, it's hard for a bone that's broken to heal. And then she passed away. But she had a great life. And she was never complained. So, so I don't, I think I can work until I'm 100.
115.
And then I will have to decide.
I also claim that I would definitely live until 115.
And
I don't want to retire at all.
Yeah? Well, I will be keeping track because I will be older than you and seeing how you're doing. Right?
Yeah. You have raised 3 children and I have twin sons.
Wow. That's fabulous.
Yeah. And a lot of young women here in China are afraid of having kids because they thought that they may lose some career opportunities. So from your personal experience, do you feel motherhood has ever been affecting your career?
Well, yes, it does. When you start having children, you can't work. You really have to focus on your children. And then at a later stage, I didn't expect that my business would do so well, that I would have a private practice and see patients every day, and the doctors would send me patients. And then modeling continued. So again, then I picked up a lot after having children. And even with having children, they say I was always working, which is still what I do. And so women can have a choice, do they want to take off that time or do they love their career and want to continue?
I always say to my fans that don't compare, as a career woman, don't compare ourselves with the full-time mother. We are not. But the way we work so hard is inspiring our kids, I think.
Well, definitely my children are doing okay.
Yeah, not just okay.
They do work hard.
Okay, your book has touched so many women here in China and also in the world, but many are still struggling.
I didn't want to talk about my struggles, but my children insisted because they'd been through them with me. And it does seem like women, and actually some men tell me too, they enjoy my book too, that you just have to keep on trying to move ahead. And there's obstacles all the way, and people reject you and they don't admire you, and you just have to educate yourself as best as you can in whatever field you are, and let people know. And social media helps a lot.
So was there a female role model who inspire you along the way?
Well, I would say that's my mother. And if you'd said to her, but you're old, you should retire, she would just think you're stupid. We would never say that to her. Why would we want her to stop doing what she really loves to do? So she was a great role model, and she didn't tolerate fools. If you're a fool and you say something stupid, she will let you know in a polite way. And and her children and grandchildren, they couldn't say something that was not accurate. She would correct them in a polite way.
Yeah, I saw your book. She's a dancing teacher.
She was in Canada and she started her own dance studio. And she even took a train to New York from Moose Jaw, Saskatchewan, and Regina, Saskatchewan. You don't even know where that is because nobody does. It's like northwest Canada. And she took a train on her own to New York to study dancing and drama. And then she also went to different parts of Canada. And I don't know how she investigated it because it was hard in those days. And she took diplomas in dancing and ballroom dancing. And then my father had gotten divorced, and somebody told him to go and take up ballroom dancing. And so then he goes there to take up ballroom dancing, and then he says to my mother, let's go out for dinner afterwards. And she says, I don't go out to dinner with my clients. He says, I resign. I'm not your client anymore. I want no more lessons. Let's go for dinner. and that's how.
It's like a movie. Shall we dance? And is that the reason why you have such a beautiful pose? Always, standing straight.
My dad was a chiropractor, and from childhood we had to walk up straight.
Yeah.
And sometimes, even if you're feeling miserable and you really want to walk like this, I was taught to walk up straight all the time. So it does help.
Yeah.
Good, it's working.
Yeah. And another question is, what do you like most about yourself now compared to when you were younger?
Oh, I'm smarter now.
Definitely.
I make better choices.
Sure.
I can say no, Even in my 60s, I would have friends that were mean, and I tried to make them change. And then I found out they don't change if they are mean people. And so then I had to decide not to have them as friends, because you try to help people and say, you really have to be polite. You shouldn't talk to people this way. And then they would argue with me that I'm more superior, and then I'm saying, no, you have to be kind to people. Fortunately, now I don't mix with anyone that's not polite.
So are you still learning some new thing, like new languages or some skill?
Well, I had to give a talk at a Milan medical school, and so then I thought, well, I speak English, Afrikaans fluently, French, German, functionally, but not Italian. So all I learned was no parlo italiano, mi dispiace, which means...
Sounds beautiful.
Which means I don't speak Italian. I'm so sorry.
Can you say something to younger women in the audience, and also say something to my age to encourage us?
Well, when you're young and you're in a horrible job or horrible relationship, try to get out of it quicker than we did. Because it's hard when you're suffering, and you could actually go through a bad time, but there is hope if you get out of a bad situation. But when you stay in it and stay miserable, then there's not much hope. So you need to investigate other things. And then as you get older, I mean, I boast about my age. Most women would hide their age, and you don't hide your age either, because we are so proud to represent women who are older and also give hope to women who are younger and men.
Thank you.
见到梅耶女士的那一刻，最打动我的不是她的传奇，而是她的真实。她说自己不是天生瘦削，是靠健康的饮食和轻量的运动保持状态。她说28岁就开始演新娘的母亲，40岁演祖母，但她不在乎。她讲这些的时候眼里有光。我问她有没有女性榜样，她立刻说是她的妈妈，然后讲起妈妈96岁还在画画，98岁还在读书。那一刻我突然明白，所谓人生有我，不是从不跌倒，而是跌倒了走出来了，然后还能笑着说我现在比年轻时聪明多了。77岁的她说自己还能够工作到100岁，我60岁。在现场听她讲这些话的时候，我想对自己说，别怕老，也别停。